वीडियो थोड़ा सा लॉस्ट एक्चुअली, मतलब डिलीवरी डेटा में भी कंफ्यूजन है। जैसे आपने जेंटा कार्ड शेयर किया तो मैं उसका डिलीवरी डेटा देख रही थी, तो बहुत हाई बाइंग है उसकी, मतलब थ्रू आउट ही 31 31 करोड़ एंड अबव तो उसकी नॉर्मल है, मतलब बाइंग।
ओके,
तो मतलब वो थोड़ा सा
don't
कंफ्यूजन
don't
था कि कई
don't
कई
go
जगह बहुत ज्यादा है।
don't go by the crores, go by the relation of delivery data versus market cap. If the
वो
market cap is very high, then these 20 crores will do not matter then.
मार्केट कैप इज अबाउट 7,000, आई थिंक 7,700।
7,000 में 30 का तो होगा ना, then that is small. See, I was looking
नहीं,
at market
क्या
cap
कह रहे
of,
हैं आप, एक बार फिर से बोले।
see, I was looking at a market cap of 2,000 crores, right?
हम्म।
And then I was giving you an example of 5, 7, 10 crores. Now market cap of 7,000 crores and 30 crores, then this is small.
ओके।
You have to be a very realistic in your relationship with the amount of delivery data and market cap.
सो व्हेनेवर यू आर बेटर, इसके एक दो एग्जांपल्स आप बता देना, और थोड़ा क्लैरिटी आ जाएगी, थोड़ा कैसे देखना है इसको।
ठीक है, मैं बता दूंगा। और आप लोगों ने क्या देखा अभी?
Sir, catching up on calls that were missed the last couple of days.
We can do that. Any FOMO for Vari or Vikram?
No, sir.
None, sir. No FOMO.
कम लिया और लेना चाहिए था, should have bought more, ऐसा कुछ FOMO?
No, sir. It was
Nothing
correctly
like that.
allocated.
Okay. So why did Vari price jump like suddenly? Any guesses?
Was this split something to do with it?
No. Split
सर आई
is
थिंक विक्रम सोलर में कोई प्रॉब्लम है ना, आपने बताया था, उसकी वजह से बढ़ रहा है।
विक्रम सोलर के अंदर फंड रेज में इशू आ रहा है बिकॉज इन्वेस्टर्स मिल नहीं रहे हैं उनको.
हाँ,
That is
देन
why
हाँ वारी को।
market share will be going more towards Vari. And one more thing is, if you see Vari Renewable Technology, the EPC player, daily उसमें सर्किट लगता है. आज भी सर्किट लगा हुआ है. And I think the price has gone up to
तो बहुत ऑर्डर्स भी मिल रहे हैं, उसके अनाउंसमेंट्स में भी आ रहा है।
हाँ हाँ, उसको ऑर्डर्स मिल रहे हैं. एक चीज ध्यान रखिएगा मैम, द ऑर्डर्स व्हिच यू सी, इट इज नॉट मेगावाट, इट इज मेगावाट पीक. यू सी अ स्मॉल पी विद दोस ऑर्डर्स ओवर देयर. So don't go by megawatt peak. Megawatt peak and megawatt are two different things.
फर्क क्या है दोनों में?
Peak load and normal load. So peak load is megawatt peak, which usually happens in summer times. Because बारिश का टाइम होएगा and winter का टाइम होएगा, sun rays would be little less, then though panels would not be working at the peak capacity. So MWP means the peak capacity.
Is that valued higher than the normal capacity?
No, not valued higher than the normal capacity. So whatever the orders they are getting is, suppose they are getting a 100 megawatt order, right? And the peak load may sometimes say go up to say 105 or 110. So what is written over there in the order, megawatt peak, MWP. So this is one thing. Next is Mukka Protein IPO has been listed. The stock price is 50% plus. Have you seen that?
Yes, sir. Actually, इसका मुझे allocation नहीं मिला था, I think.
कोई बात नहीं, एप्लीकेशन नहीं था तो आप मार्केट से ले सकते हैं if you want to buy into the business. Mukka Protein is making fish oil.
Oil that's
No,
put in nutraceuticals?
No, this fish oil is an ingredient for making the dana for which Avanti feeds and Apex frozen all these companies make.
Okay,
The
okay, okay, okay. Yes,
food
right.
they give for
Exactly. The
and fish
feed.
oil. Yeah, and fish oil. We humans also consume tablets of fish oil. It is good for your skin and something of that sort. So they,
मतलब इसको both fish feed as well as nutraceuticals दोनों का
yes,
इनका
yes,
है.
yes. So ये जो they are making this insect oil, insect food and animal protein, ये business है. Highly cyclical, but demand इतनी ज़्यादा है because government is focusing to grow the shrimp industry. So that is why Mukta Protein, you see this IPO is 25 rupees का IPO था, around 50 rupees today on listing date. Right? So if you are bullish on the fish industry or the shrimp industry, this is a good thing to look at because you are now getting a place which is backward integrating the value chain of the shrimp industry. Right?
Understood.
Right?
Okay.
So they are sitting very low in the supply chain, right, sir? So
Yes,
इनको
yes,
ज़्यादा
yes.
सबसे ज़्यादा फायदा होगा.
इनका वॉल्यूम बेस्ड काम होगा. इनको वो
हाँ, exactly.
मार्जिन एक्सपेंशन शायद नहीं मिलेगा बट वॉल्यूम बेस्ड काम होगा.
Right, right.
Right? Any questions what you have been reading? Any doubts or clarifications required? Hello. No doubts?
So I've not been able to read anything from last 3 weeks here because of a lot of workload. This is going to be there for another 1 month or so. I don't know how much I'll be able. That's why I've been missing on to a lot of calls also in recent times.
No problem. Do at your own pace. March month, everybody is busy.
Yeah.
So that is Mukta protein.
This Mukha has been listed today.
Yes, yes.
तो इसका फिर basically after understanding valuation, one must invest in this, right? Like, and the future potential or whatever.
See, this company is highly cyclical. If you go with the future potential, you will see an up down of the margins and up down of the percentage of growth rate of top line and bottom line. So in cyclicals, you are good enough in a good space where you buy when the P's are high and when you sell when the P's are low. Usually what happens, we are taught that buy when the P is low and sell when the P is high. Cyclical के अंदर उल्टा चलता है. Buy when the P is high and sell when the P is low. Why I say when the P is high? Because when the P is high, the earnings are at their lowest. When the P is low, the earnings are at their highest. So when the earnings are at their highest, cyclicals, what will happen? You will not require lot much of money into the fixed assets. That is why when the earnings are high, everyone will see that this company is making so much of money and they are not putting any good amount in the fixed assets. So let's go and put up the same capacity and try and compete with the business. Right? So then what happens? They compensate on the margins by giving products at a lower margin, and that destroys the cyclical upcycle. When there is a down cycle, when hardly any company is surviving, and the P's are at the highs, P's are at the highs because the earnings are down. This is the thing. When the P's are at low and the earnings are great, this is what the example I give you. इसको उल्टा करो. जब मेरा earnings down है and everybody is bleeding, nobody is able to make money, so capacities go down. So anytime you see capacities going down in a cyclical business, that is a good time to invest. It might be renewable, it might be auto, it might be shrimps. All businesses have an element of cyclicality. So Buka Protein is a business which is has an element of cyclicality. So when the demand,
We basically
when the demand is high, when the demand is high, and all the businesses want to buy this animal feed, because their production is high, then you see good amount of prices. But to buy when the demand is at the lowest. But how do you time that? That is the art part in this. There is no equation, there is no formula for all this. That is the art part in stock markets. When you see cyclical.
So sir, अभी ये उस life cycle में where does Muka fit in this
For
moment?
that, you need to study the business in and out.
Yeah. Got it.
See, I can tell you for Avanti, because I have studied Avanti thoroughly. I can tell you for Avanti. Not looking at the stock price, but last time we were focusing on Avanti when we started this thread in the group of Avanti feeds. EU cadre supply was going down because of their local taxes, because of the new president coming to EU cadre, and suddenly Avanti feed stock ran for few percentage points and then it stopped. So this is how cyclical is, because that is a one-off thing. If my total exports to the US is suppose 10 lakhs, 11 lakh tons, and Avanti is doing 4, 5 lakh tons or 5.5 lakh tons, he's got 45% market share, and others stop doing exports. US has a demand of 10, 11 lakh tons, others don't do exports, then definitely their market share is going to increase and their business is going to increase. Suppose EU Cater, which is a competitor to Indian shrimps, they halted their production and their production went down. That is why you see these guys will be doing good. Cyclical. So where in the valuation you need to understand the business, and to understand the business you need to read in depth about the business. My understanding would be little different from your understanding, and that is why markets are difference of opinion.
Okay, sir. Got it. Thanks.
Like Wari, that's what I'm telling you now. Why did the Wari stock price jump today? 10-20%. The basic reason is Vikram was not able to raise funds as they wanted, and they wanted to raise funds and to increase their debt. They are not looking to pay down their debt. Wari is the leader. When the second one is having problems, definitely the market share will go to the first one, which is the leader. This is how it works.
So I have one doubt.
Yes.
So you just said that we should look at a cyclical industry when the capacities are going down.
Not the capacities, when the margins are going down. See, capacities will not go down. एक बार जब मेरी फैक्ट्री बन गई, जब मेरे फैक्ट्री का प्रोडक्शन यूनिट सेट हो गया, I will ideally not reduce that. I will only reduce that in the, I will only reduce that when I'm not able to sell, which is a bad thing.
Sir, but you did say something about capacity. आपने बोला था कि when the capacity utilization is lower, is on a low. That's what
when
you
the
did.
capacity utilization is lower, that means मेरा माल नहीं बिक रहा. That means I'm not able to sell my product in the market. That is why I'm not running my factory at a full production capacity. When such a thing is happening, definitely the business is not making economic sense. Suppose I am making a product, and that product, the finished product is costing me say 100 rupees, and I'm not able to sell the product for 100 rupees or 102 bucks. What is the use of them doing that business? That is why I reduce my capacity utilization in such a time. Now suppose, suppose in this hypothetical scenario, if you get you the cyclical business or you the commoditized business get some access to some asset, like a mining asset, like cost saving in the transportation, like you get some government regulation, some place you get some asset which others don't have access to, then what you can do, whatever the cost saving you get from this asset, suppose you get cement, you get cement from your mining, your limestone from your close to your plant, something of that sort. Then what do? You pass on this savings to the end consumer. So if the market is selling at 100 rupees a piece and they are not making any money, or 101 rupees a piece, you go and sell for 95 rupees a piece. What will happen? All the customers in the marketplace will run and come to your shop because you are selling cheap. So low cost. Why you are low cost? Because you got an access to some asset which is giving you raw materials cheaper. So in a cyclical business, low cost producer always wins. One second, please. So it is basic stuff. मैंने कुछ extra तो बोला नहीं अभी. I hope this is clear.
Yeah.
So
And
what
in one of the
will
also that a company who's adding capacities even in downturn in cyclical industry, that company is more likely to win.
No, ऐसा नहीं. Maybe that company knows something that by the next cycle comes, or the next upswing comes in the business, I'll make good amount of money.
Okay.
Because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So one more question. I'm just reading this revenue bifurcation jo hai Mukka ki. So they're going more into from what it looks like, they're reducing fish meal and increasing fish oil. So it's possible.
Much better. More high margin.
Exactly. So this is good. This is very good news. They're allocating assets and revenues correctly then, right?
Yes. If they're going into fish oil, that means they will get more margins. See, fish oil is for we the humans. Fish meal is for the shrimps.
We'll care more about what's in the human part.
Now you're reading. Now you are understanding what the business is about, what they are doing. So we can have a sense of where the business will go.
Yeah, from what I'm reading, this fish oil is used in a lot of products.
Yes. In lots and lots of products, correct?
Yeah, so this could be. I look at the jo DHRP hai, I'll check that out.
Now think. The question should come to your mind is how many businesses are there in the country which are making fish oil? Fish oil is, at the end of the day, is an oil. When you pour the oil in an open vessel, you cannot make out if oil poured in one vessel is from X company and the oil poured in another vessel is from B company or Y company. There is no product differentiation whenever you look with your eye to the oil poured in the vessel, correct? So do you think you will get extraordinary margins versus others in the business? I don't think so. Fish oil can have better margins. वो बात समझ में आती है. But if suppose Deepti ma'am is doing a business, she is making fish oil and she is selling say about 1,000 rupees a kilo, correct? It goes by the weight. And Diksha ma'am is doing a business, she's also making fish oil, some other brand, and she says, I will sell for 1,200 rupees a kilo. So obviously your product will not sell. अच्छा भी होगा तो
You need to see context when you develop a brand and you do all of that. But
Right.
B2B नहीं फर्क होएगा.
B2B होगा. अगर आपका B2B कोई कस्टमर है जिसको आपका प्रोडक्ट चाहिए, then he will be more worried on the quality. If I'm getting the quality and I have to pay say 5%, 10% extra than the market price, no problem.
Correct. If it's a higher quality and the customer likes the higher quality and they're selling that.
Now, I'll give you one very good thing over here. What is wallet share? Any idea of what is wallet share?
Just a random guess. What percentage of the customer's wallet you're able to capture?
No. Wallet share is suppose few friends gather. I'm just something off market. And you say, let's go out and have street food today. So you guys are going in a 5-star restaurant or a big place to have food with your family, with your friends. Suppose you go out and have street food. What price is street food available versus food in big places like the 5-star restaurants and all? What is the price difference?
Massive price difference.
I think you're
Suppose
talking about pricing power then.
no. I'm not talking about pricing power. Suppose just random example, आपको अच्छा लगता है कि in the colony which I stay or the area which I stay, there is one chai wala. So I go and have tea at the chai wala. 2 rupees or 3 rupees is the cost of the tea, whatever the cost of the tea is, or 5 rupees, whatever, I don't know. So, and you go to Hotel Taj in Bombay and you go and have a cup of coffee or a tea over there. That would be around 500, 600 bucks or something, right? So daily you get up, you before going to work or school or office, you go and have tea at that tea stall next to your home or your colony. $2, $5, $7. But slowly, what will happen that tea vendor starts to increase price. Earlier it was $2. You were having, you were enjoying. Then it became $5 slowly with inflation. Then it became $10. Now it is $20. Still you are having. Why? Because it is not pinching you. The amount is too small. But if the total Taj from $600 of coffee takes it up to $800, it will pinch you. Why so expensive? Correct? So low wallet share means, for example, why was Raj Ratan the Raj Ratan so many years? Why? They were making bead wires. And in the total cost of the tire, the cost of bead wire was hardly 2%. And what was Raj Ratan doing when before they made up a high of $1,300 or something? They were increasing the price of bead wire per kilo at a massive rate. See, there are two things. How much price I can charge per kilo or per ton versus how much inflation or how much costing is going up per kilo or per ton. Why I can tell you this? Because they were giving all this data in their presentations, in their annual report, and we at last that's what did all this, made a Excel sheet. This is my price, this is my costing per ton. So the costing was per ton was around 60,000 when we started, and the price, one second please. And the selling price was around 85,000 rupees a ton. So 60,000 was the cost, 85,000 was the selling price. Then suddenly what started happening, the cost in say few quarters, 7, 8, 9 quarters, went up from 60,000 to 64,000. But the selling price from 85,000 went up to 1,09,000 per ton. Now if you calculate 7, 8 quarters, if 4,000 rupees a ton my price is going, and my selling price from 85 is going up to 1,07,000. So what is increasing faster? The costing of my material or the selling price of my material? किसका कैगार रेट ज्यादा रहा होगा?
Sir, can you repeat the numbers again? There was I had
in a matter of 8 quarters, costing 60,000 rupees a ton to 64,000 rupees a ton. Right? But in these 8 quarters, the pricing from 85,000 rupees a ton went to 1,09,000 a ton.
So they were able to capture more revenue.
No, not capture more revenue. They were
margin as a result.
They were increasing their selling price at an astronomical rate, जो कहीं ना कहीं जाके तो sustainable नहीं रहना था. In the 9th quarter, the selling price from 1,09,000 rupees a ton came 1,08,800 rupees a ton. Just a dip of 200 rupees. Right? मैंने पता क्या किया? I sold all my stock. And this was a price of 1300, and from a price of 1300 today Rajratan is a price of 600. And in a matter of 3-4 quarters, that 1,08,800 rupees a ton is now down to 98,000 rupees a ton. Got it? पहले मार्जिन एक्सपेंशन हो रहा था, उसके बाद मार्जिन कॉन्ट्रैक्शन आने लग गया. So it could have been एक क्वार्टर में 1,08,000, then again it would have gone up. But I took a call. I sold at 1,000. जैसे ही मेरे को first price dip दिखा, I sold. Now this price dip is the selling price.
So you caught this via scuttlebutt, or you caught this by looking at margin shrinking?
I caught this by looking at the presentations of which the company gave, which were very well available in public domain. No inside information, no scuttlebutt. Sitting in my office, just reading. I hope you are able to understand what I am trying to say.
Yeah, I got it. Basically, you saw
the price difference was very less, only 200 bucks drop. You sold everything.
I took a call, no? So no book was telling me कि ऐसा होगा या वैसा होगा. That was a call at that time. कर दिया. I took a call at that time. So that this is how markets work. Now this is not written in any book or any logic or any manual which you can read and apply. This is common sense. भाई अगर मेरा खर्चा नहीं बढ़ रहा है, मैं प्राइसिंग बढ़ाता जा रहा हूँ, तो सीधी सी बात है मेरा मार्जिन बढ़ रहा है. नो सिक्लिकल एस्पेक्ट आ गए कि मेरे को इंपोर्ट आने लग गया which was costing cheaper or something of that sort started happening. That is why I could not increase my prices again and again. So I had to take a dip of just 200 bucks. Which my thesis was on the margin expansion. So markets like businesses which are giving you good sales, good profits with margin expansion. अभी मेरा खर्चा नहीं बढ़ रहा है और मैं सेलिंग प्राइस बढ़ा रहा हूँ, तो इसका सीधा इफेक्ट क्या आएगा? मेरा मार्जिन एक्सपैंड करेगा. अगर मेरा मार्जिन एक्सपैंड करेगा, वेरी गुड. ROC एक्सपैंड करेगा, ROE एक्सपैंड करेगा. बट स्लाइट डिफरेंस, 200 rupees only, and I took a call and I sold all my stock. Without looking at the stock price, कि 1200 है कि 1300 है, मुझे कुछ नहीं पता. मार्केट बेचा मैंने. And this gave me around 6 to 7x in Rajratan. So that is what, na, one investment in 1 year or maybe 2 years, अगर ये अच्छा हो जाता है, आपका हो गया ना. इतना ट्रेडिंग, इतना क्या होगा, शुगर बीपी बढ़ जाएगी, इतना चार्ट्स वार्ट्स दिखते होगे, पागल हो जाओगे. So I'm just looking for maybe one investment in 1 year or maybe 2 years or maybe 2 at the max. Now if you ask me my allocation is 200 bucks. 2200 में तो आज ब्रोकर्स खरीद रहे हैं. हो गया ना काम. My investment is just what, 50,000 shares at 200 bucks. मुझे अब ट्रेड करने की जरूरत क्या है? This is how markets work. Now solar is also cyclical, that I know. तो व्हाट इज एक्चुअली हैपनिंग, यहाँ पर अभी फोमो चल रहा है. वारी रिन्यूएबल का ऑर्डर मार्केट कैप बढ़ता जा रहा है, उसका स्प्लिट होना है. पीपल वांट टू बाय, यू गेट मोर नंबर ऑफ स्विच. डज अ स्टॉक स्प्लिट डू एनीथिंग गुड टू योर पोर्टफोलियो? आइडियली नो. आपके पास 10 शेयर हैं, 10 के 10 और हो जाएंगे, 100 शेयर हो जाएंगे. व्हाट विल हैपन? द प्राइस विल गेट अफेक्टेड. डज इट डू एनीथिंग टू योर पोर्टफोलियो? नो. Market cap is increasing. Now, if you just understand, Vari Renewable Technology market cap is 15,500 crores. Vari Technology is 1,500 crores. ये दोनों तो उसकी सब्सिडरीज हैं जो मेन कंपनी है. तो मेन कंपनी was available at 4,000 crores. Now, now in the cyclical business, when your competition goes down, जो उसका मार्केट शेयर होगा आपको मिलेगा. Next, currently they are importing solar cells. Tomorrow, maybe 1 quarter down the line, 2 quarters down the line, they will be making these solar cells. They will not be importing. And you know what they plan to do? Now this was actually not written. अगर मैं आपको बोलूंगा ना कि पब्लिक डोमेन में जाके यू वांट टू फाइंड, दिस इज एक्चुअली नॉट रिटन. सी व्हाई आई लाइक टू रीड, इज आई टेल यू, whenever you go to YouTube, you get क्या बोलते हैं उसके ट्रांसक्रिप्ट नीचे चलता है ना यूट्यूब में, इंग्लिश या हिंदी में या कोई भी लैंग्वेज में आप कोई वीडियो देखते हो, यू सी यूट्यूब विल गिव यू रिटन टेक्स्ट आल्सो. एनीबॉडी राइट? कैप्शंस बोलते हैं उसको, क्या बोलते हैं? कैप्शंस आते रहते हैं. So what I do is I take out all the caption file from YouTube. Then I take it to a Word file. Right? Then I read that caption file, and many times I have shared that caption files, making adjustments, correcting it, and making it a readable format, text in a PDF format or in a Word file format. So in multiple public appearances, Hitesh Doshi, when he was asked the prices of solar modules are crashing and this is what's happening, so what he says, when I'll be backward integrated in the value chain, my costing will go down. Correct? I'm not going to keep this to my pocket. I want to gain more market share. We are going to pass the benefits of these reduced costings to our end customers so we can compete with the Chinese counterparties. So now we're talking about somebody selling at 100 rupees. Now this guy says, I will sell at 90 rupees and still make money because I have got an access to low cost source of raw materials. ठीक है? And that is why the stock price was that time around what? $1,000. अभी ये प्रभजोत जी हैं और कितने सारे मेंबर्स पुराने हैं जिन्होंने 1000 मिल गया. Again, once you see YouTube videos or you see public appearances or road shows, again and again and again and again, these things are coming out. Solar modules prices have collapsed. We are reading about it. We are studying about it. So why not take the benefit of it? So I got an opportunity. I got few buildings over here and I have to also install solar. So I ordered solar for all my buildings. Now what is happening? Solar modules which had collapsed to 10 cents a watt have now again gone back to 15 cents a watt. अभी आप लोगों को ये चीज नहीं पता क्योंकि आप लोग ये चीज ट्रैक नहीं कर रहे हो. So Vikram going down because of not getting investments. Solar module prices again going up from 10 to 15, which is an increase of 50%. क्या होने वाला? मार्जिन एक्सपेंशन होने वाला, इसलिए प्राइस भाग गया. So I'm just doing the maintenance.
क्यों था?
मैम प्राइसेस गिर गए थे बिकॉज चाइना से डंपिंग आती है. अभी गवर्नमेंट ने क्या कर रखा है कि 2 तरह की ड्यूटी लगा रखी है. So 40% is the duty on the solar cells and 25% duty is on the modules. प्लस पहले क्या था, गवर्नमेंट ने कर रखा था कि जो भी अप्रूव लिस्ट ऑफ मॉड्यूल मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं उन्हीं से आप मॉड्यूल खरीद सकते हो. अगर आपको घर पे लगाना है, फार्म पे लगाना है, कहीं पे लगाना है. नाउ दैट रूल वाज सब्साइडेड फॉर 1 year, which is called ALMM. Now this ALMM rule is again coming back into force from 1st April 2024. But it is now only for government tenders, not for open public. ठीक है? So Vikram going down has given a very jump of 10,000 crores in the market cap, or maybe 8,000 crores in the market cap. See, this is purely business. एक बाजार में 10 दुकानें, 5 दुकानें बंद हो गई, जो उनका कस्टमर है वो घूम फिर के बाकी की 5 दुकानों के पास ही जाएगा ना. सिंपल सी बात है. Now they are saying we will pass on the solar cells जो हम इंपोर्ट करते थे, जिसमें हमारे को 25%, 40% ड्यूटी लगती थी, गवर्नमेंट को देनी पड़ती थी, CVT ड्यूटी एंड एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी जो हम चाइना से इंपोर्ट करते थे, अब हम खुद बनाएंगे. जब हम खुद बनाएंगे हमारे को क्या सेविंग्स होंगी? एक तो हमारे को ड्यूटी की सेविंग होगी. जो वो ड्यूटी की सेविंग होगी वो हम कस्टमर को पास ऑन कर देंगे. doesn't hinder their profits or doesn't hinder their business at all. Customer who was buying the modules or the plant, जिसको वो ड्यूटी लग के खरीदना पड़ता था, अब उसको वो सस्ता पड़ेगा बिकॉज उसको ड्यूटी नहीं लगेगी, बिकॉज द सेल्स वुड बी मेड इन इंडिया. Plus, if I am buying a raw material from a foreign country, I need to convert my Indian rupee to the foreign currency and pay forex. Where you lose whenever you go to the States or London or any place outside the country, you convert your currency. करते हो कि नहीं करते हो? उसमें आपको चार्जेस लगते हैं कि नहीं लगते हैं? Yes or no? That is basic sense.
Yes, sir.
So now they will not be needing to convert their currency also. तो जो फॉरेक्स लॉसेस होते थे वो भी नहीं होंगे, उसमें से भी जो कॉस्ट सेविंग आएगी वो भी वो कंज्यूमर को पास ऑन कर देगा. So ideally, who's benefiting? The consumer is benefiting. Next, if I am making this thing over here and I am to make those solar cells, you again need to be backward integrated. You need to make ingots. You need to make polysilicon. You need to make wafers. सेल्स अगर यहाँ बना रहा हूँ तो उसको बनाने के लिए जो चीजें चाहिए वो भी मेरे को इंपोर्ट करनी पड़ी थी, लेकिन नहीं, ये तो वो भी सारी चीजें यही बना रहा है. ये तो वो भी सारी चीजें यही बना रहा है. उसका भी जो सेविंग आएगा ऑन द फॉरेक्स पार्ट, ऑन द ट्रांसपोर्टेशन पार्ट. अगर मैं कोई फॉरेन से कुछ मंगाऊंगा तो वो शिप से ही आएगा, एरोप्लेन से तो आएगा नहीं. आई नीड टू पे डॉक चार्जेस, आई नीड टू पे शिपिंग चार्जेस. वो सारी जो सेविंग आएगी वो भी मैं कस्टमर को पास ऑन कर दूंगा. होगा क्या? आई एम मेकिंग क्वालिटी, आई एम द लार्जेस्ट प्लेयर, आई एम पासिंग ऑन ऑल these cost savings to my customer. So the selling price of 100 rupees hypothetically now is down to $80 or maybe $70 per product per piece. Then see what is going to happen. Getting it? What I'm trying to say. Then on the contrary, what has happened right now while reading about this value chain, the module prices have gone up by 50%. जब मैंने इतना सारा कॉस्ट सेविंग पास ऑन करके कॉम्पिटिटर हो गया चाइनीज प्लेयर के साथ, नाउ माय सेलिंग प्राइस हैज गॉन अप बाय 50%. व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन? Margins are going to explode. When margins are going to explode, and by reducing all these prices, to what I'm going to do, I'm going to capture market share. When I'm going to capture market share, my revenue is going to explode. When my margins are going to explode. So the company has been able to, will be doing around $2 billion of revenue. So there are only 5 businesses in the world which are more than $2 billion of revenue in this value chain, in this segment. उनसे जाके अगर मैं अपनी वैल्यूएशन कंपेयर करता हूँ तो आई स्टिल हैव मोर हेडरूम टू गो. Then he says, I am going to increase my production capacity also. 1 second, please. So then they say from a 12 gigawatt capacity, we're going to 16, we're going to 18, then we're going to do 25. So my question to all of you is, आप लोगों ने पिछले 10 मिनट से मेरी सारी बात सुनी है. So my question to all of you is he going to stop at 25 or maybe 18? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Or is he going to move ahead? Or is he going to move ahead?
He'll expand capacity.
Obviously. When he's going to move ahead, what is going to happen? My revenues will keep growing. I got so much of cost savings. My cost savings are going to be passed on. And now imagine if these model prices from 10 cents to 15 cents to, if it goes to 20 cents, then what is going to happen? But the others who don't have this cell manufacturing capacity have to pay the anti-dumping duty, the countervailing duty. So किसका प्रोडक्ट सस्ता मिलेगा आपको? जो इंडिया में बना रहे हैं या जो बाहर से इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं?
इंडिया वाला.
हाँ, तो अगर आपको ये लगाना है सोलर, आपको इंडियन प्रोडक्ट में जाना पड़ेगा, एंड दैट इज व्हाट मोदी गवर्नमेंट इज ट्राइंग टू डू, मेक इन इंडिया, बिकॉज यू विल बी enjoying all these benefits. So who is going to get the more market share? Who is going to do all this? Till the time Reliance and Adani come into the value chain, which is 2028, because वो तो आके सब बैंड बजा देंगे. By that time, this company can be easily 1 lakh crore, 2 lakh crore, maybe more than that. I don't know. Got it? अभी तो स्टोरी खत्म नहीं हुई. अगर आपको समझ में आ गया तो मैं आगे बढ़ूं.
हाँ जी
आगे बढ़ूं.
या
सोलर पावर इज बीइंग यूज्ड इन द डे ओनली. रात को क्या करेंगे? रात को वही सूरज आता है, या बारिश के टाइम में तो सनलाइट तो आती नहीं, विंटर में सनलाइट कम हो जाती है. सो इट्स सीजनल. समर्स के अंदर ज्यादा रहेगा, विंटर्स के अंदर थोड़ा कम रहेगा, रेन्स के अंदर थोड़ा कम रहेगा. Getting it? So is there a mechanism to store this electricity? Yes or no?
Can we use batteries to recharge batteries and then use batteries?
More than the batteries,
Sir, wind energy.
नहीं sir, मैं wind energy पे जाएंगे अभी. More than the batteries, they are they got an order of green hydrogen. Does anybody have any idea what is green hydrogen? Any idea? Green hydrogen?
made using the go ahead. Nidhi, want to go ahead?
दैट मतलब मुझे तो इतना ही पता है कि जो हाइड्रोजन बनाते हैं, जो ग्रीन मतलब जो व्हाट वी से कि ग्रीन एनर्जी यूज करके बना. ग्रीन एनर्जी तो नहीं बोलते हैं कि जिसमें कार्बन एमिशन नहीं होता, उसको बनाते हैं तो उसको ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन बोलते हैं. व्हेन वी
करेक्ट. वो जो बनाते हैं वो
क्रिएट हाइड्रोजन विदाउट यूजिंग अ कार्बन एमिशन.
करेक्ट. वो ग्रीन एनर्जी रिन्यूएबल सोर्सेज की एनर्जी यूज करके बनाते हैं. दैट इज करेक्ट. बट व्हाट इज ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन?
So they take out the hydrogen molecule from the water, and then they use it. How they use it, I have not understood. But that's how they take out.
They make a product called. They use a thing like called electrolyzer. They put the electrolyzer in flowing water, and they use renewable sources of energy to make energy to power your vehicles. Now BYD is the world's biggest EV company in the world. Lee Lu, the fund manager for Charlie Munger, was holding around 4% of BYD. Electra and BYD का contract है. That is why you see Electra stock price has gone up massively. Now BYD, one charge of green hydrogen in the car, इंडिया के अंदर बहुत सारी कार्स हैं BYD की, is being able to run around 550 to 600 kilometers per charge. And once you think about all these internal combustion engines are going to be converted to EV, you need humongous amount of energy plus energy storage plus cloud computing data for battery swapping and all. So they are just making 1 megawatt of green hydrogen. 3 to 4 gigawatts of energy is required to make 1 megawatt of green hydrogen. So how many megawatts of green hydrogen or this energy to power your vehicles are needed? Banu sir, please mute. Right? So how much energy do you need to power your commercial vehicles, cars, buses, scooters, bikes? So why I'm telling you all this? The length of the runway is humongous. The length of the runway is humongous. Why do you think E2E networks and Google Cloud Computing and Microsoft Azure and all these cloud computing businesses are running like mad? You need a good constant connectivity of the net for autonomous cars, for battery swapping mechanisms, green hydrogen, energy to power your vehicles. So is renewable sources of energy, which is expected to be around 800 gigawatts by 2030, Is it going to stop at 800 gigawatt?
No, sir, it's going to be expanding for sure.
Then, so my point is, I need to look at the stock chart.
Sir, but then why do you say that solar is cyclical?
Solar is?
Cyclical, you just said, no?
Yeah, it is cyclical, na?
But if the
risk of new technology,
government is giving too much thrust on renewable and solar is the
it is cyclical. It is cyclical. See, prices keep on fluctuating. कभी आपके prices बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गए जो आप pass on नहीं कर पाए अपने customer को, so then your margins will collapse or your margins will shrink. Markets will give you a beating for margins going down. It is cyclical.
okay.
But if you ask me, if I see, I can be 100% wrong also. This is just an analysis. I'm no god. I can be 100% wrong also. The length of the runway is not quantifiable at the moment in only gigawatts or price per gigawatt or margins. The length of the runway is, if I ask me, is quantifiable for the next 15-20 years. This is a decadal theme. Luckily, I was able to buy the leader at 4,000 crores market cap. So my thought process is, how could this biggie or the giant could be at 4,000 crores market cap? How could this have been possible? Because nobody was talking about it. Today, every Tom, Dick and Harry wants to talk about it. Valuations are high. वो महंगा है, मैं नहीं मना करता कि महंगा नहीं है, वो महंगा है. And I have no models in my head कि 2026 का earnings को discount करूँ या 2030 का earnings को discount करूँ and I give it a multiple and the valuations are not. I have no such models in my head at the moment. Why invested in IceMake? I'm still invested in IceMake. Why? Same reasons. The stock price has fallen, no problem. I got the same reasons. Cold chain industry, milk industry, your medicines, they are going to be transported. They are going to be frozen. You need cold chain supplies, and it is going to increase day by day. They don't have a very big differentiation. They are across the value chain. They are trying to grow smoothly. They are not doing any wonders, or they are not doing any experiments. That is the reason. The stock price goes up, stock price goes down, वो M2M gain या loss दिखता है, क्या कर सकते हैं? No problem. So length of the runway. If you can see the length of the runway of the business which you are invested in, stay put. No need to look at charts. Frankly speaking, I don't even look at stock charts. That's a waste of time. Provided we don't need instant gratification. Right? Any questions anybody has?
So there's a stock called this Shivalik Bimetal,
Yes.
which is again a market leader. It has capacities in place. It has done capex, but if the demand is only not there, like from the foreign counterparts which it is supplying to, should we still be invested in such a business? Like considering the runway of
See, what is Shivalik Bimetal doing? Do you know that?
it's making shunts and bimetals.
What is a shunt?
Shunt is a product which goes into measuring the circuit. Like it's put into all the electronics to measure the voltage. I think.
It's a circuit breaker when the current goes too high. It's a two metal strip where it bends and the electrical current gets cut off.
So do you feel the batteries and the BMS systems can be installed in the vehicles without the shunts?
No.
No, sir, it can't be.
Then?
So that is what I'm saying. I know like the company is very good and the product is indispensable.
Yes.
And I mean, But the company is giving a very like a vague guidance that there's no demand. The demand is, I don't know how to interpret the
See, ma'am,
entry.
they are giving guidance for the next 1 quarter, 2 quarter, 3 quarters. What is your view? Do you want to show a good balance sheet at the end of the year? I made so much of profits in my trading account, or do you want to be invested in the business so your next generation can be happy with the work you have done?
Yeah, this is
If
the,
you are,
I think, long-term thing.
it is a long-term story. See, as a
Mm-hmm.
disclosure, I am also invested in Shivalik Biometals. I never discussed. See, no advice to buy or sell. Please do your own analysis.
Mm-hmm.
शंट रेजिस्टर्स इज अ की कंपोनेंट. जितना भी आपका बैटरी लगेगा, बीएमएस सिस्टम लगेगा, उसके अंदर शंट आना ही आना है. एंड व्हाट दे वर डूइंग पहले, their revenue from the shunts was not very high. Slowly over the years, what has happened, the revenue from the shunt business has gone up and the revenue from the other residual business has gone down. Read the last 10 years annual reports. आपको पता चलेगा ये चीज. So staying put. So stock markets could be down, prices could be up, down. I don't know. Elections could be on our head. I don't know.
The price is down and everything. My only concern was कि the management is not very sounding very positive about it. The only concern was that.
Good now. If the management is not sounding very about it and you are very happy with the product, stay put. Or if you have money, if the stock prices goes down, you can add more. ठीक है, मैनेजमेंट का कमेंट्स पढ़ो, अच्छी बात है, बट यूज योर ओन एनालिसिस. मैनेजमेंट इज नॉट
इस इंडस्ट्री में बेस्ट है ये.
हाँ, वो तो है. I will tell you one company. I invested in a company called Big Block. They are into AAC blocks and AAC panels. When this company was found, the stock price was $30, not even $30, $15 or something. Okay, and they had a capacity, and they were increasing capacity, and they are making a very commoditized product. Brick ही तो बना रहे हैं. And these bricks were expensive than the bricks, the red bricks which we get for constructions. Suddenly, what happened in the last few years? Those red bricks prices have gone up, and these cement bricks prices have gone down. So there is a mismatch. इसलिए इनका business चलने लगा है. So this company has done around 5 times, 6 times, 7 times from there. Still the company is going. अभी आप बोलो कि मुझे अगर कंस्ट्रक्शन करना है, आज के तारीख में पैसे सबके पास हैं, टाइम नहीं किसी के पास. Nobody wants to spend time. Everything has to be fast, fast and fast. People have started using this. और आपकी फ्रेंड है निधि मैम, उनकी एक फ्रेंड है जिन्होंने ये ढूंढा था बिग ब्लॉक. राइट निधि मैम?
सर वो सबकी फ्रेंड है यहाँ पे.
जिस वजह से मेरी उनसे लड़ाई हुई थी बिग ब्लॉक के ऊपर की, वो पुराना मैटर हो गया. क्या तो दिस बिग ब्लॉक, तो now I got an unlisted opportunity, Magic Creed. This Magic Creed, they were picking up 9 crores and their capacity was double than Big Block. And by that time, I think Big Block का market cap was 1200 crores. अभी आज क्या market cap है, I still don't know. आज का market cap something ज़्यादा ही होगा इसका. The Big Block market cap was 1200 crores and the capacity was half. Was this Magic Creed? Magic Creed was available at 600 crores and the capacity was double. And they wanted to raise funds to expand. तो क्या Magic Creed को छोड़ना चाहिए था? And the fund raise was 9 crores. Within 30 minutes, I went back to the fund investment banker to get to the deal, and the deal went away. Single short player, one person took away full block of 9 crores. किसी को कुछ मिला नहीं. So this is what markets are all about. You get this kind of mispricings. You have to take benefit of these mispricings. So again, now Big Block from AAC blocks, they are into AAC panels, which is what? Even speeding up your construction activities. See, I said people have money to spend. They don't have time to spend. This is why how businesses are being structured. राइट। तो ये सब चीजें चार्ट में नहीं आती है, दैट इज व्हाई चार्ट्स आर वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम। जैसे मैंने आपको एक वो पीटीसी का बताया था, टीम ग्रुप के अंदर, आई होप आप लोगों को देखा होगा पीटीसी इंडस्ट्रीज में क्या हुआ है। धनंजय सर।
यस सर।
एसजी फिन सर खेल चालू
लग तो रहा है सर।
आप समझ में आ गया कहानी क्या है?
सर मैं तो पहले से उसको ट्रैक कर रहा था, आप जिस दिन कॉल में बताया ना उसके पहले मैंने विजय सर को बताया था।
अब समझ में आ गया कहानी क्या है? आई थिंक अब सबको समझ में आ गया कहानी क्या है।
यस सर।
विजय जी आपको आ गया?
यस सर, यस सर।
नाउ यू गाइस कैन यू कोलैबोरेट एंड मेक दैट डेटा ऑन योर ओन? अभी तो मेरी इनपुट
ऑलरेडी ऑन द वे, ट्राइंग टू डू इट।
करेक्ट। Now you know where do we get breakouts and where do we buy and actually where the game is played. Happy with your own analysis?
Yes sir.
Okay. Any other questions please ask? पूछ लो कोई क्वेश्चंस हो तो, I'm here to answer your questions.
सर एक क्वेश्चन था।
या
मार्केट से लेट नहीं सर, वो बुक वाला जो आपने स्टार्ट किया था सर, वीकली एक बार बात कर लेंगे उस बुक्स के बारे में।
सर since I got two laser surgeries,
ठीक है सर, वो अभी नहीं, मींस आफ्टर 15-21 months.
You have a clear vision and still have some paining eyes. Give me some time, I'll get back to that.
नहीं, I'm saying 1 month, 2 months after when you are ready.
थोड़ा मेरे को टाइम दो सर, I need to do that.
जी सर, कई बार आना जाना पड़ा मैं एक्चुअली एयरपोर्ट पे,
Because सर डे बिफोर yesterday मेरा नेक्स्ट लेजर हुआ है, सो हो तो गया।
हाँ सर, मैंने वो, जी सर मैंने सुना आपका वो सारे कन्वर्सेशन में। हाँ, अभी आपको ब्लर दिखाई दे रहा है, आपका डॉक्टर भी आपको बोला कि यू आर स्ट्रांग, आपका बैचमेट है तो सब। जी सर, थैंक यू।
चलो, any other questions anybody? No questions, then we can close.
सर एक मैं वीडियो पुराना सुन रहा था, जो आई फॉरगॉट नेम, जो आईआईटी चेन्नई का एक वीडियो है जो कि 30 ईएमए के बाद आपने भी आई थिंक टीआईए लास्ट ईयर डिस्कस हुआ था। आई फॉरगॉट द नेम ऑफ द इन्वेस्टर, जो बहुत बड़े इन्वेस्टर है, क्वालिटी वाल्स आई थिंक, करेक्ट? राजीव खन्ना, डॉली खन्ना के नाम से, आई एम सॉरी, आई एम फॉरगेटिंग द नेम।
मैं जानता हूं
राजीव खन्ना, जी जी सर। सर उनका लॉजिक क्या है? हाउ मींस आई वाज लिसनिंग टू दिस कि वो 30,
उनका लॉजिक ये है कि जिस दिन हमारे पास 5,000 करोड़ हो जाएंगे ना, हमारे पास भी वो लॉजिक आ जाएगा। He buys 100-200 stocks and he takes 30 moving average. If it is closing below 30 moving average, he sells. If it is still above 30 moving average, he keeps on holding it. He is a superb investor. He is a very senior person. I have met him 1 or 2 times in Chennai only, and he does good amount of buying and selling. Just looking at the charts. सर मेरे को 1 मिनट देना, मेरे पास कुछ न्यूसेंस आ गया, मैं थोड़ा निपटा के हूँ। हाँ जी सर।
सर आप कुछ बोल रहे थे? जी सर, आप कुछ।
अरे सर वो होली आ गई ना, होली का चंदा और ये सब तमाशे वाले आगे थे। तो ये राजीव गंजी क्या करते हैं सर, ये 30 मूविंग एवरेज के नीचे बंद होता है तो सेल करते हैं, जब तक उसके ऊपर रहता है उसको बाय करते चलते हैं एवरी न्यू हाई पे। तो दिस इज हाउ ही वर्क्स एंड हिज पोर्टफोलियो इज मोर देन 5,000 करोड़ टुडे। ठीक है, ये
ओके सर, ओके।
इतना सही उनका सिस्टम है।
जी
ठीक है, तो नो क्वेश्चंस, कैन यू क्लोज?
यस सर।
चलो,
Yes,
ओके,
sir. Yes,
थैंक
sir.
यू।
Thank you. Thank you, sir.